What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi, it's me again, LaShawn Bridges. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. As each week, I discuss with you guys politics and uprunning Democratic presidential candidates for year 2020. All right, you guys, I've been out for some days, about maybe 5 or 6 days. Just trying to figure out, what should I talk about? I don't know. What's a good subject? We can't get enough of Donald Trump, right? Okay, so today I'm talking about a little bit more information, those, research that I found out about Donald Trump. I'm also going to get into the topic of Andrew Yang, which is my Democratic presidential candidate of choice. Okay? All right, first, Donald Trump. President Trump, okay, he pressed the Volodymyr Zelensky, I guess I'm saying his name right, to work with Rudy Giuliani to investigate Joe Biden and his family. Okay, President pressed foreign leaders, and Wall Street Journal reported that there is a whistleblower trying to bring this to Congress. Now, there's issues about Joe Biden's son having business with the Ukraine. And the conversations against world leaders, they're supposed to be confidential. But, yeah, right. Not with the president administration, okay? Not with Donald Trump's administration, there isn't. There's pressure for foreign leaders to look at their foreign rivals, okay? And the president, he wants to, further his investigation on the Bidens, okay? That's what I found out. Now, Joe says that this is an overwhelming abuse of power. That's what Joe Biden states when referring to President Trump. And when the press asked Joe Biden, was he ever asked about his son and about his business with Ukraine, Joe Biden's answer was no. Okay. Now, the whistleblower complained about Trump's conversation with a foreign leader, including a promise. Donald Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, is trying to say, you guys, that there was an interference in the 2016 election and by the Ukrainians for the benefit of Hillary Clinton. Not the first time we've heard her name, right? First, Donald Trump's lawyer said that he didn't ask Ukraine to look at Joe Biden. Then Donald Trump's lawyer states that, he changes it and he says that he asked to look at the allegations. Which one is it really? That seems like the same. Now, it looks like Donald Trump is trying to meddle in elections again by checking with Joe Biden's son and his business with Ukraine. And I'm going to let you listen to this video of Donald Trump actually discussing this. Okay? Listen to this. Bear with me while I put it on.
Not at all, sir. We had a perfect phone call with the president of Ukraine. Everybody knows that it's just a Democrat witch hunt. Here we go again. They failed with Russia. They failed with recessions. They failed with everything. And now they're bringing this up. The one who's got the problem is Biden. If you look at what Biden did what they would like to have me do. Simply one problem. I didn't do it. What Biden did is a disgrace. What his son did is a disgrace. The son took money from Ukraine. The son took money from China, a lot of money from China. China would love to see, they can think of nothing they'd rather see than Biden get in, because they will take this great deal that we're about to make, and they would really have themselves a deal for themselves. Let me just tell you, what Biden did was wrong.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. That was just a quick clipping of how Trump likes to accuse other people and get it off of him, right? He wants to get the press off of him, the attention off of him, because he's already in enough hot seat, right? So he's like, look at Joe Biden, don't look at me, pretty much. He's like, let me go ahead and get a little fire on Joe Biden for a minute, okay? Don't look at Trump, look at Joe Biden. It's him, not me. Now, Russia and Ukraine, okay? They are beginning to negotiate for military aid. And guess what? Donald Trump is denying military aid unless they do an investigation on Joe Biden and his son. So he's basically, threatening them in so many words, basically saying, you know what? I'm not going to do any kind of military aid unless you do the investigation. You know, he loves to try to throw his weight around as president, doesn't he? Now, moving forward, MSNBC stated that it's very odd that this phone call with Ukraine happened after the Mueller report, you know, and we're going to get into that, okay? See, the whole issue with the Ukraine, Trump, and Joe Biden in questioning whether or not Mr. Biden used his position as vice president to help a Ukrainian energy company that was paying Hunter Biden, which is Joe Biden's son, by pushing for the oyster of a Ukrainian prosecutor. Now, according to the New York Times, there is no evidence surfaced that the former Vice President Joe Biden intentionally tried to help his son by pressing for the prosecutor's dismissal. So you guys heard it for yourself. There's no evidence for that, okay? Um, oh gosh, there's so much you guys talk about. Now, recent information states that Donald Trump, admits that he discussed Biden with Ukraine. And he stated during a phone call that he discussed the family of former Vice President Joe Biden, according to Vox.com. He explained that during the conversation on the phone, he did not do anything wrong, but several Democratic lawmakers are calling the whistleblower complaint grounds for impeachment. Okay, they keep talking about impeachment, but when are they going to do this? I have no idea. Wall Street Journal reported that Trump consistently calls, now check this out, 8 times. Wow, he didn't just call a couple of times. He called 8 times to launch an investigation on Biden's son, Hunter. Wow, so we know that he really, really was persistent in trying to get these calls out there to launch this investigation. And of course, get the heat off of him. Get the media and the press to stop focusing on him and to focus all their attention on Joe Biden. Now, according to Trump, the conversation was largely the fact that we don't want our people, like Vice President Joe Biden and his son, creating to the corruption already in the Ukraine, he said to the reporters. This man is a trip, okay? Meanwhile, despite all the commotion of Donald Trump, I'm going to move forward because I want you guys to comment about the Ukraine and about Donald Trump and what do you think? What are your ideas and opinions about that whole issue? Okay? And let me know what you think about that mess. Okay? Tell me in the comment section because I review all the comments. So I'm going to move forward right now, get off of Trump for a minute, and I'm going to talk about what really matters. Okay? And that's Andrew Yang winning this competition of becoming president, right? So, meanwhile, my presidential candidate of choice, Andrew Yang, he's trying to climb the polls. And he was a guest on, guess who? Van Jones Show. Okay? For those of you who have watched him, he's got an excellent show. He asked him about the whistleblower in the administration. And Yang's answers was that he's trying to beat Trump pretty much. He was, getting off of the conflict and pretty much just saying point blank, he's trying to win this and he's trying to win over Donald Trump. Yang also discusses his UBI plan of, universal basic income plan of $1,000 a month. And he also describes his plan of what oil is to Alaska, technology is to the country. He asked the audience how many would work harder. I know I would, okay, if they received $1,000 a month. Then he asked how many would sit on a sofa. I don't think any of us would probably sit on a sofa unless you have medical issues such as me, and other people out there that have medical issues. Then, of course, I can see them sitting on the sofa because physically their body can only do so much. I'm going through, even though it doesn't look like it, but I'm going through a lot of physical altercations with my body that makes it hard for me to move about and lift things without squeezing in my intestines. So, I'm sure that those kind of people would not be so quick to work. So that's where the universal basic income would come in to help those people, as well as mothers who are at home with their babies. They can't afford to work because of the expensive child care, and others that are going through illnesses as well. So he said that no one will quit their jobs, Andrew Yang says, and they would live off $1,000 a month. They wouldn't, I'm sorry, they wouldn't live off $1,000 a month unless they were, in an abusive relationship. I agree. If you're ill, like I said earlier, or also in an abusive relationship, then I can see you living off $1,000 a month, trying to, better your life in some kind of way, because you still have to live, right? We all do. Andrew Yang also states that the $12,000 a year would create a triple up economy, and that it will help, with expenses such as daycare, occasional night out, car repairs, and more. And I agree. I mean, so many people can use that $1,000 a month to help with so much. I liked how he also talked about on this show criminal justice, and about how he wants to legalize marijuana and get rid of private jails, as well as get rid of cash bails. And I agree with Andrew Yang on that, because Andrew Yang states that, we automated away millions of manufacturing jobs, and that this is what got Donald Trump elected. I agree. I agree with the legalizing marijuana, because I feel so many people are being locked up every day in jail for minimum marijuana charges. These same charges in other states is legal. So to me, it just doesn't make sense, you guys. Why is marijuana legal in some states and not in other states? It should be legal in all 50 states, both recreational and medical use, I believe. And I have done my research on marijuana, and it has numerous of things that it does to help people more than hurt people or hinder people. And it's not a gateway drug. That is a lie. Whoever said that obviously does not know anything about marijuana. So they need to do their research, okay? But I agree with him. I feel that the jails are just, these private jails are just getting money off of people, and they're just collecting all this money off of everybody that they can lock up, which is specifically minorities such as African American males, African American women, and minorities such as Hispanics and other cultures that are being locked up every day for simple marijuana charges, overfilling the jail cells. So yes, I do agree with him in saying that we need to definitely get rid of those private jails, and legalize marijuana. Now look at this. I found out, you guys, I was shocked when I found this out. He used to have 70 something policies, Andrew Yang did. But now, check this out. He has 150 policies listed on the yang2020.com site. And if you have not visited his site, again, it's yang2020.com, okay? I feel that Andrew Yang, he's very confident, and he says that he realized that he is the best candidate to beat Donald Trump. You know, I agree. We need Donald Trump fired, okay? He needs to be fired. And he needs to be impeached. I feel, Andrew Yang is one of the top candidates, and he is. He's one of the top 6 to 7 candidates in the race, okay? So he's climbing the polls. He's climbing up there slowly, you guys, and we're keeping our fingers crossed, right? Um, Andrew Yang, he states that you have to have a vision, and that is what he will bring. And I definitely agree. He has a vision of helping our economy in a very good way. I believe that he can do this if he wins this election of becoming president, and we are behind him every step of the way. And hello to all you Yang Gang fans out there. I hope you're still rooting for him, and that you have not turned to another candidate. There are excellent candidates out there, such as, I listen to Bernie Sanders. He has some good policies. I listen to Elizabeth Warren. She has some good ideas and some good policies. But I am definitely still just rooting for Andrew Yang. I feel that his heart is in there. He doesn't have the political side, such as the other old politicians, and giving us false promises and false hopes. I feel that Andrew Yang is really genuine in what he states. And I feel that if he wins, he will be a very kind-hearted, genuine person, and the best for the job of becoming president. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let me know what you think about Andrew Yang. Let me know what you think about this whole Ukraine, and about Donald Trump, and the whole issues about Joe Biden and his family. Do you think Joe Biden is having corruption, and or do you not think that? So let me know. I will read it, and there is no right or wrong answer. Click like at the end of this video if you like this video. Also, don't forget to click the bell button for further notifications, and deuces. See you next time. Bye.